Hey everybody, welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. On November 16th, they released a new DLC or expansion for Back to the Future. In here, we're going to clean 5 different vehicles or locations that come from the Back to the Future trilogy of movies. We're going to definitely clean the DeLorean. We're going to clean Doc Brown's truck or van or whatever you want to call it. We're going to clean the clock tower from Back to the Future, and I guess all 3 of them have the clock tower in it, and the movie theater from Back to the Future 2 in the future, and finally the train from the end of Back to the Future 3. The first thing we're going to clean is Doc Brown's box truck here, and it's pretty simple. A lot of these jobs are very easy to do. You don't have to worry about using any of the cleaners. They give you a lot of cleaners, but you're not going to really need them. This one, I found these little lights here and some of the nooks and crannies of the hinges here in the back, the headlights. A couple of them needed to be done once or twice, but for the most part, a pretty easy clean and a nice way to start it. There's no other trophies or anything you got to worry about. There's only 2 trophies you get for cleaning something first, and those are in the last 2 of the 5 jobs you can do. So when you not 2. Yes, 2. Yeah, that is correct. The movie theater, where they're showing Jaws 19, and the train. They both have something you need to clean before you clean anything else. So we'll be taking a look at that. I came up here. I wanted to see the sign. I wanted to see how much you could see, and I also was expecting the DeLorean to show up, but it did not. We will see the DeLorean in its full glory in the next job. And we're going to actually show you the full clean of that one. It's the only one that I'm going to show from start to finish because this one was simple enough and easy. I felt like it wasn't really important to show me do the entire job. But you see, they give you some cleaners, they give you some extra stuff. You're not going to need them. Now here is the DeLorean. They call it the time machine. And this one was super easy to clean. It's basically just washing off the ice. Kind of neat how they set this one up. The storyline is basically you're on set while they're making the movies, but they're treating the DeLorean and the train and everything else kind of like it's a bit of movie magic, but it's real magic. So they kind of talk about all of it like it's real, not that it's just set pieces and movie special effects or anything. And with this one, so there is a second trophy here. All you need to do is complete the job and stick around for about 2 extra minutes once the job is over, and you will see what happens there. But if you wait long enough, you will get another trophy for watching the DeLorean, or the time machine I believe they call it, reappear. So I'm going to let this full clean play out, and I will come back towards the end and we will talk about the next set of trophies. As you can see, the larger surfaces, they clean off real quickly, and you just have to be mindful of the little parts here and there. Something I didn't mention before, but as we have done in the past with the other PowerWash simulator guides, this is double time speed here. I'm not working that quickly. You you do not have the opportunity to wash as quickly as I'm washing in real time. So here we're going to finish the last item, get our next trophy here for completing the job. Out of grime. And the time machine is going to come to life. and it's going to nearly run us over. At this point, when you finish this job, what you want to do is you want to stick around because you have another trophy that is going to pop for you in about 2 minutes. So let's just let that happen here while I stand in between the fire. So I believe it's exactly a minute afterwards, and the DeLorean reappears. You get 88 miles per hour for witnessing that return of the time machine. And unfortunately, that's as close as you can get. They made it so you can't walk up to it again. But there you go. So you definitely want to hang around. It's only another minute. You have to wait once you finish cleaning the DeLorean, and it will zoom off and come back a minute later, and you'll get that extra trophy. Now we'll move on to the third job, which is the clock tower. Very important to the storyline for the first one and the third one, if I remember correctly. They're like building the clock tower in Back to the Future 3. So it's interesting what they do with this. You see that open doorway there, and there is an extra trophy during this job for ringing the bell of the watch of the clock tower. So you want to go through this door and through that open doorway there. There's no other way to go. All these other doors are locked. So just go up the stairs. It's a little windy. A couple of floors you have to go up here. Through this, down the hallway, and then into this doorway. And this area is part of what you need to clean. And that right in front of us is the bell. And to the left of the bell is the hammer. And if you noticed, there was an option to interact with the hammer. I assume you don't have to clean the bell all the way, but I just felt like cleaning it. I didn't want to just run in, ring the bell while it was dirty. Probably would not have sounded as good. So we give it a good cleaning here. I'm going to jump cut to the end of the bell being cleaned. Now that we're fully clean, the hammer's clean, we get the option to interact. And we're just going to ring the bell twice, just for fun, but we'll get the trophy on the first ring. May it stand for all time. And just for kicks, we give it a second ring. There we go. So in this room, you got a lot of cogs, and there's a workbench off to the side. There's shutters. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies in this one. This was, I would say, the job out of the 5. This is the one that needed the most attention to detail. I did remote play some of this job, so I was using a smaller screen for some of it, so it's possible that I may have just kind of added time onto what I was doing, making it a little harder for myself by remote playing it on my phone using my backbone. But what you want to do is you want to get everything on this outside top area cleaned from here, because the scaffold, as you can see, where the steps, and you can't really reach close enough with the scaffold, and it doesn't get high enough either. I'll show you here in just a second. We're going to climb up. It doesn't really allow you to get a lot of the area straight on from the front because you're just not high enough. But you can get the parts of the arch of the roof. You can get those areas from there if you use the extender, the largest extension that we have here. So this is just showing the last bit that I did. These pediments, the tops of some of the large columns, they ended up being the last few things that I needed to do. And you'll see me go up finally on the scaffold and get the top area of this window to complete the job. There's just the tiniest bit on the right and left of the front facade to do, so make sure that you check on the right and left little corners of the front there. You can see those two columns on the right of the facade. Above them is just a small wall that you'll have to walk around to the right to clean, as well as to the left, and using the scaffold over on both those corners would probably work best. Get some two little light fixtures to clean, the statues up on the clock tower, and like I said, a lot of the inner workings of the clock in the inside, the workbench, some of the shutters, and then some of these columns and windows were things that I had to kind of go over a couple times with a little bit more detail. But hopefully they clean nice and smooth and easy for you. But this was, again, another reason why I decided not to film every single job from start to finish. When I did SpongeBob, it was a lot easier to kind of get most of those jobs captured fully, but these took a little longer. Altogether, I would say probably to do all 5 jobs, I mean, maybe it'll take you 4 or 5 hours. Save the clock tower here. That's what you get for finishing it. So we did that area and inside there, and then everything else out here on the front of the building. Again, the Doc Brown's truck and the DeLorean both took maybe half an hour each to clean. Didn't take much longer than that. Maybe the DeLorean took a little bit longer because I did speed that up. But yeah, the 2 buildings took the most time. So here I was really excited about the extra trophy. So I forgot to pay attention to the fact that I needed to clean this grid wall here first. So what you're seeing here is an actual replay of this job in free play. So make sure that you get the front, the side, the left and right side, and the back here of this grid wall. In Back to the Future 2, this is where you see some of the advertisements for the mayor's great grandson, or maybe it's just grandson, I can't remember. But he's also running for mayor, or he is mayor. I can't remember how it works out. But you see a couple of videos on this grid wall here during the movie. And later on, once we finish this, I'm going to show you the other trophy for standing in a particular spot and having the hologram Jaws from Jaws 19 swallow you up. But this is the very first thing that you want to clean. If you happen to clean any other item before this wall, then you'll just have to return to the job once you're done in free play, and you'll get it just like I'm doing here. So I'm going to let this play out here. I do the full wall. Doesn't take much longer than a few minutes, but no reason for me to gab away while the job gets done, and we'll return once that is over. So none of that was sped up, so it takes about 5 minutes or so. And I'm usually a slower gamer than most people. So back to the theater is what you'll get for cleaning this grid wall back and front first before moving on to any other job. It's one piece. You don't have to do like multiple pieces. The next job requires multiple pieces to be done, but it's pretty simple. So so I wasn't sure exactly how the hologram shark worked at first, and I didn't notice this red X here until very late in the job. This was another one that I did remote play on my phone, so I probably just couldn't see it. But all you have to do is stand here on the X. You could, I assume, do this earlier, but shark still looks fake is what you get for standing on the X, and you only need to stand there long enough for the shark to come out and bite you once. But if you stay here, it will do it over and over again. And it looks pretty much exactly like I remember it looking in Back to the Future 2. So I think they did an excellent job with that. This job is, I would say, easier than the clock tower. You just have to be mindful of kind of the archways. The posters, for some reason, were like I had to redo half the posters. Like I had to go over them a second time because there was always some kind of speck of dirt on something. Some of these little these purple windows here on the dome and everything else. So once you complete that, it says 2015. You mean we're in the future? Which always cracks me up, to be here in 2023 and think about Back to the Future. The future was something that's already in the past. Unless it was 2025. I have to go back and look that up. I can't remember what year it was in Back to the Future, but I think it either already happened or it's happening very soon. And here's the final job, and there is something you need to clean first before you do anything else. This has a ton of little things, little wires, little compartments, lots of things that if you just start washing, you could accidentally complete another piece than what you're supposed to do first for this particular trophy. So right there on the top is the flux capacitor. I don't remember it looking like that on the train, but then again, I only remember seeing Doc Brown and a few other people in the train from the side. I don't remember seeing the front. So what we need is the flux capacitor particle colliders and the flux capacitor. So it's those three things going in and out, and then it is the three kind of armed spiral thing there. Only those two things. You do not want to clean. There's the flux capacitor. I'll be showing you that too. Good. You do not want to clean fully the housing that's around it, because if you do that first, then you won't get the trophy. So make sure that you clean just this. I mean, it's not too difficult. It's not like you're going to accidentally clean the entire housing. But just these three arms of the flux capacitor and the three things that are bobbing in and out towards the middle of it. Doesn't take much to get these clean, but you just have to get a little bit of the angles because they're going in and out. And this is what makes time travel possible, is yours if you clean those two items first. Again, if you happen to miss that, you can always complete the job and return to it, and just get these two things done in free play first, and you will get the trophy right away. So this is the final job. It's fairly easy to clean. For the most part, it's basically cleaning sand off of a metal surface, But where I struggled was the terms for all of the pieces. I finally got used to knowing what parts of a car or a motorbike or something were, but with this one, like temporal system, cylinder mount, field amplifier, the steam chest pipe, it's just all those names. Yeah, who knows? But here we have your future is whatever you make it. And just like the DeLorean, we get a nice little extra bit of show. We almost get hit in the head there with our future train time machine. Future train time machine? Yeah, sure. We'll go with that. So I ended up walking down to the end of the tracks just to see if the train came back just like the DeLorean did. And unfortunately it did not. But I do like that last little shot there. This is me cleaning off the whole thing. Again, a lot of little gadgets, a lot of little areas that you're going to have to clean. But, not a lot of bending down to get little spots. Just, give it a good clean. Hope this helped. Hope you enjoyed the new pack. All right. Take care.